Alright, let's get right into it. We have gone deep in analyzing 50 of the most successful online courses out there. We wanted to find out what the top earners, the ones pulling in over $10,000 a month, are actually doing. And then let me tell you what we have found pretty much flips all the common advice you have heard right on its head. So this is $1 million question, isn't it? Or while the $20,000 a month question, you have got the skill, you have built an audience, but how do you turn that into a reliable five figures income stream? It really can feel like trying to crack some kind of secret code, and this where the things start to getting really interesting. You are always told to go high ticket, sell a massive 2,100 masterclass, charge for your time, but the data from top 1% tells totally different story. They are not focused on high price, they are focused on volume friendly systems, and maybe most important all, they are absolutely obsessed with one thing, making sure their students actually finish the course. That brings us perfectly towards big myth to burst what I'm calling the price delusion. This idea that bigger price tag is the only way to get bigger revenue. Yeah, you hear this everywhere, right? Charge what you want. It feels good to say, but the top solo creators, they are basically throwing that address out of window. They are not charging for their worth or even for their time. They are charging for something totally different. So let's just look at an example. Take Justin. His annual revenue just from his courses is over $1.3 million. I mean, that's wild number for a single creator. So you had think, okay, you must be selling some super exclusive, super expensive mastermind, right? A couple of $1,000 a seat. No, his main course is sell of $150. This is actually what I'm talking about. It's completely unexpected. He's making millions by charging a teeny fractions what all the gurus tell you to. So what is thinking here? Well, first off, at $150 is basically impulse buy for any professional who's trying to solve a real problem. There's no friction, but it's also just expensive enough that you are gonna take it seriously. You are not just gonna let it sit there and then just look at the same simple math of it. To hit $1 million a month, you don't have to find a five people to talk 2,000. You only need to find out about 67 people to pay $150,000. That is way more scalable goal when you are trying to grow. Okay, let's roll into it second meet because of it not just about what they are charged, it's about what they are actually putting inside the course and how they are structured the whole thing. And honestly, the difference night day and average course is all about the subject, right? Like a boring lectures on the history of SEO, the top course is all about learners. It focus on get your first 1,000 views. The average course has this long rambling 45 minutes video. The top course is shortly punchy actionable segments. The whole mindset shift away from a knowledge dump, just telling you everything they know to an actionable system designed to get you a result. This whole approach has a name. It's called microlearning, and the research backs it up. When you break content into these little 5 to 10 minutes bites, completion rate can jump into high as 80% as compared to just 20% typical course. And why does it work? Well, it's simple. It respects people's time. It fits into those little gaps in your calendar, and it gives you all these quick wins that keep you all motivated and moving forward. Which brings us to what might be the biggest myth of all. This is the one that really separates the pros from the hobbyists. Is the comparison problem. Because let's be honest, the dirty data secret of this whole industry is that most students will never actually finish the courses that buy. Just look at this difference. It's insane. The industry average for courses completion is somewhere between decimal 5 and 50%, and most creators just kind of accept that. But the top cohort based courses, they are getting up to 96% completion. That is not an accident. That is by design. So there's a key takeaway. So TTK or the top creators, you have fundamentally changed their goal. They are no longer in the business or just selling information. They are in the business of engineering transformation. And to do that, you have to engineer finish. So how do they do it? Our analysis found two very different but every dominant models. Think of it like a barbell. All the weight is on the ends with nothing in the middle. One side you have got model the evergreen system like Justin we use. The urges we hear comes from the students own immediate problem there. Then on the other side you have model B, the high intensity cohort like Tiago Forte runs. Here the urgency is manufactured, is created by scarcity, hard deadlines, and ton of peer pressure. Now for these high intensity cohorts that actually work without creator going crazy, they use what called decentralized teaching model. The creator stop being the sage on the street, the expert with all the answer. Instead, they become the guide on the side. They actually empower their base past students, their alumni, to become the mentors and lead their small intimate groups. It freelance because it scales that feeling of accountability and community without leading to total creator burnout. And because they are engineering compliance, and they can also engineer amazing social proof. So see, most creators wait until they very end to ask for a review, but by then like 85% of their students have already disappeared Top runners use something called the intermission testimonials. Right there, after they deliver a huge yearly win in the course, they pause and ask for a review. Justin, we found that 70% of his best testimonials come from this one perfectly team moment. So we have busted a few myths. We have seen what the top 1% are doing. So what is the new playbook for creating widely successful online courses actually look like? Here it is boiled down. First, you have got a price for volume and make it frictionless. Frictionless, yes. Second, design your course for transformation, not just an information term. Third, engineer compliance. Use urgency, use community, whatever it takes. Fourth, decentralize your teaching so you can scale intimacy. And finally, capture those amazing success story while your students are still fired up and in the middle of the process. I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about because it really changes everything. What would you happen? What would your course look like if you stop just selling information and you start meticulously engineering a transmission for every single student?